So guys, the other night I made some lumpia for dinner. I made it the more authentic way. Usually I make it with ground beef, and I usually pre-cook my beef and I don't add an egg in it. So this time I went for the more authentic way. So I took some ground pork, I added in some finely diced cabbage, I also added in some finely diced carrots, and then I threw in some minced garlic, a little bit of minced onion, yellow onion. I also threw in some sliced green onion. Next, I added in some dark soy sauce and some oyster sauce. I love cooking with the oyster sauce. And then I'm going to add in some black pepper, some onion powder, garlic powder, and a little bit of ground ginger. The last thing I'm going to do is add in a beaten egg, and then I'm going to take my fork and I'm going to mix this well until it's fully mixed. Now you can use your hands, I just like using my fork, but yeah, just mix it really, really well, you guys. There's our lumpia mix. Super easy, quick. Let's go. So to wrap my lumpia, I'm going to use these spring roll wraps. If you want that really thin, crispy, airy, crispy crunch, you want to use spring roll wraps. Don't use egg roll wraps. Now, a little tip before you start wrapping your lumpia, go ahead and take your wraps apart. They're going to come stuck together. So if you take them apart before, it just makes the process easier and quicker. Now to seal my lumpia, I'm going to make a little egg wash. I took 1 egg with a little bit of water and I'm going to beat that together. So guys, I'm going to show you a few ways to roll lumpia. This first way, you just put a little bit on. Let me say this first. When you're rolling your lumpia, you want to make sure you only have a little bit of meat on the inside. You want a nice thin, skinny layer of meat because this meat has to cook through when it fries. So you don't want to make thick lumpia, girl. If you want that nice, thin, skinny, airy crunch with a little bit of meat inside, you don't want an egg roll. So here's the next way you can roll it. This is the way I actually roll my egg rolls. I make a little envelope and then I roll it on up. Then you seal it with your egg wash at the end. See how they're nice and skinny, probably the size of my finger. Now this is my favorite way to roll and eat lumpia. You just put a thin layer of meat across the whole wrap and you just roll it up. You don't worry about the ends, like folding the ends in, because when you fry it, the meat on the ends get nice and crispy. So that's my favorite way. So now if you want to save your lumpia for later to cook, you can put them on a baking sheet with some parchment paper, stick it in the freezer. Once they get nice and hard, you can just throw them in a Ziploc bag, and there you have your lumpia in your freezer for whenever you want. We're going to fry some up. You just want to fry them until they're golden brown and crispy. You see that meat on the end? See how it's like brown and crispy and crunchy? Yeah, these are my favorite way to eat lumpia. Sometimes the meat, if you don't roll them tight enough this way though, the meat will pop out. I just dipped it in a little sweet Thai chili sauce. You guys, as you can see, that meat cooked all the way through. You can see the garlic, the onion, the carrots, the cabbage. So good, you guys. Yum.